Hello beautiful souls, welcome to Remembrance of Love. My name is Zoe and the purpose of this channel, Remembrance of Love, is bringing beautiful souls back to who they truly are, the remembrance of love, and helping beautiful souls reconnect with that love that already exists within them so they can remember their truth. So before I begin, I always like to remind you and say that I do have a real passion for astrology. Since being on my own spiritual journey, I've learned so much through observing the planets, the moon cycles, and the energies that we move through collectively. And what I learn, I love to share with you all as well. However, I'm not a professional astrologer, so please take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and always trust your own inner guidance above anything else. So I've started creating these weekly cosmic reports alongside the supportive videos that I share here on this channel, because I know many of us can be experiencing similar themes at the same time. Understanding these energies can really help us navigate with a little more awareness and compassion and trust. So before we look at this week ahead, let's briefly reflect on the energy we've just moved through. So we've recently experienced the solstice, the turning point of the year. Depending on where you are in the world, you've experienced either the summer solstice or the winter solstice. Solstices often feel like an energetic checkpoint. They invite us to really pause and acknowledge how much has changed, what we've learned, and what we're ready to move towards next. We've also had that shift with Chiron moving into Taurus on the 19th of June, which is a significant shift that we'll be feeling throughout this week and beyond. So now I'm going to look into the energies for this up and coming week, and it's going to be from the 22nd to the 28th of June 2026. So Cancer energy invites us inward. It asks us to connect with our emotional world, our intuition, our sense of belonging. It's such a beautiful energy because it reminds us that true strength doesn't always come from constantly pushing forwards, taking action. Sometimes true strength comes from being really honest with ourselves about how we actually feel. Many of you may notice emotions rising where you're feeling particularly emotional. All your emotions are coming to the surface this week. Not because there's anything wrong, but because it's ready to be understood. It's a little bit like having a good cleaning out a cupboard. Sometimes you need to take everything out before you can see what still belongs there and what no longer does serve you. So for you beautiful souls that are on a twin flame journey, Cancer energy may highlight where you're actually still seeking emotional safety externally instead of creating it within yourself first. You may notice your divine feminine energy becoming more sensitive, intuitive, and connected to your inner knowing. And the divine masculine energy within may be learning how to become more emotionally available, both to itself and to others. And for those of you that are connected to a physical twin, you may notice periods where communication feels quieter or where emotions seem closer to the surface than usual. Again, that isn't something to fear, it's simply creating awareness. One of the biggest themes influencing this week is Chiron's recent move into Taurus. So Chiron is often associated with our deepest lessons and areas where we are invited into greater awareness. In Taurus, these themes can revolve around self-worth, value, security, abundance, and learning to trust ourselves. And many people may begin asking the questions such as, am I valuing myself? Am I settling for less than I actually desire or deserve? Do I trust my own inner guidance? Am I actually building my life upon what truly matters to me? This can show up in relationships as well. Sometimes we can become attached to an outcome because we believe it will make us feel complete. And Chiron in Taurus gently asks us to remember that our value was never dependent on an outcome in the first place. On the 24th of June, which is Wednesday of this week, we have a supportive Sun trine North Node energy. This can feel like nudges from the universe. You may receive unexpected insights, downloads. You may meet someone who reflects something really important back to you, and you may suddenly feel clearer about your path that you've been considering. Often these moments aren't dramatic, they're quite subtle, and it could be a conversation, a feeling, or a synchronicity. A moment where something simply clicks into place. Then as we move into the 25th of June, we have one of the most significant energies of the week. Venus forms a beautiful trine to Saturn. I really love this energy because it brings maturity and stability into the matters of the heart. Venus represents love, relationships, values, and self-worth. And Saturn represents commitment, structure, love structure, and long-term growth. So together they ask, what is real? What is worth investing in? And for some, this may bring greater clarity around your relationships. And for others, it may strengthen commitment to yourself. Because one of the greatest commitments we can make is choosing ourselves consistently. And it has to be consistently. It's not this in and out, and only believing when you have proof. It's about really showing up with yourself and making that commitment when things aren't always how you envisioned them to be or what you're wanting to actually see. At the same time, we also have the Sun square Neptune as well. This energy can feel very different. Neptune can sometimes it gives us blurry vision, the lines between fantasy and reality. You may feel this uncertainty and question things. You may notice confusion around situations that previously may have felt clear. So it's really going within and trusting, even when things may seem the opposite to what you're wanting to happen. When things don't seem to be going your ego's way, you still have to show up, showing that commitment to God, to the universe. These energies are so supportive. At first it feels uncomfortable because you're noticing how unclear things have been. But these energies ask us to release illusions and reconnect with the truth, no matter what. Not the truth we wish was there, but the truth that generally supports our growth. So as we come into the weekend, we have Mars forming a supportive connection with Jupiter around the 27th of June, and that is on Saturday. This brings momentum. After a week of reflection and emotional awareness, we will start to feel ready to take action. You'll be feeling more confident, more courageous, and a stronger desire to actually move forwards. And then on the 28th of June, Mars enters Gemini, another major shift. The collective energy does become more mental and curious and communicative. You may suddenly find yourself wanting answers, wanting to have conversations maybe. You want movement and more clarity. So the challenge here is not to scatter your energy in too many directions at once. And that comes from Gemini because overthinking, that's air energy. But Gemini does love possibilities. And the key is choosing which possibilities truly align with your heart. So next weekend, as well as everything I've just mentioned going on, we're also beginning to feel the approach of the Capricorn full moon, which is on the 29th, on Monday the 29th of June. And we do start feeling those energies a few days before, during and some time after. And Capricorn asks us to look at our foundations. What are we actually building? What are we committing to? What is no longer sustainable? And full moons illuminate everything. They bring things into our awareness. So something that has been hidden may become very clear again. It brings things into our awareness. Something you've been avoiding may ask for your attention. Not to be punished, as I always say, to purposely make you feel uncomfortable, but to support you in moving forward with greater alignment. So before I continue, I just wanted to briefly mention that I do offer phone consultations, and I have been deeply honoured to work with so many beautiful souls from all around the world. My approach isn't about giving people answers or telling anybody what to do. It's about creating a safe space where you feel heard, supported and understood. Together we explore what's coming up into your awareness, and I gently help guide you back to your own inner truth, because the wisdom you're seeking already exists within you. So if you are called to work with me, all the information is available in the description box down below. So the overall message of this week feels very, very clear. Allow your emotions to teach you. Allow awareness to grow. Trust what is being revealed to you. Release what no longer aligns. And remember, and I know that I've said it a few times in this report, this video, but remember that even when an energy feels uncomfortable, it's often helping us become more of who we truly are. So it's about going in, allowing yourself to feel that. Remember that you're not your feelings, you're not emotions, but you can feel them. They have to be addressed, and you're being asked to give to yourself, to soothe yourself, talk to yourself, all of those things. Don't be scared about the uncomfortable feeling. That is the treasure. That's what does need to be looked at, and it does dissipate when you give it attention instead of ignoring it. Because when certain things happen in your life that may come up, instead of you reacting how you used to, it doesn't seem to bother you anymore. It's not triggering you the way it was, because you have awareness of it, and you've taken responsibility of it, and you're not lashing out or searching for something that's going to make you feel better. You're making yourself better. And when you're feeling uncomfortable, remember, you're not moving backwards. You've been given the opportunity to go deeper into truth. So I'm wishing you all a very beautiful, peaceful, blessed week. Thank you so much for being here today and listening to me, spending this time with me. If this message resonates with you, please leave a comment below, because I love to hear how these energies are showing up for you. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, like and share, as it really does help support my channel, and it allows these messages to reach other beautiful souls who may need to hear these messages. That's only if you feel that you feel that I resonate with you and you feel connected to me. And if you do feel that you'd love to work with me and you want to know more about me through a phone consultation, all the details are in the description box down below. And as always, I'm sending you all so much love, my support, my strength and light, and I love you all so very much. And I'll see you in the next video. See ya.